Good morning, students. A very hearty welcome to you all. Welcome to my channel. And in today's offline lecture, we are going to discuss certain topics about your operating system which you are using. So basically, we all are using Windows operating system, and hence I am going to take up session 5 and session 6 from the chapter that is ICT skills, which is unit 3 in your textbooks. So I hope you all have already seen the previous all the sessions, and you have learned what is a computer, what are the fundamental basic parts of the computer, what are the various input output devices, how computer works. And now it's time for you to start working on the computer using a proper operating system. So it is important to understand how operating system works. That is the reason why we have to first understand the basics of any operating system. And because our all most of our computers, they work with Windows operating system, so we are going to see certain features of Windows operating system. So let us move on to our, so you can see over here we have, this is what we are going to discuss today. That is the topic is session 5, first of all, common desktop operations, and we have session 6, which is working with files and folders. So in session 5, we are going to see all these things, that is adding icons to the desktop, adding shortcut icons to the desktop, hiding desktop icons, adding gadgets to the desktop. And in session 6, we are going to work with files and folders. We will understand how to create and save a file, create a folder, renaming a file and or a folder, deleting files and folders, and moving files and folders. So students, as we all are aware of our operating system, we all are using the Windows operating system, and basically in Windows we normally use different versions. So normally these days we stick to version 7 and 10. As I have my laptop which supports Windows 10 and my desktop which has Windows 7, so I would be giving you the demonstration using both these versions. So first we will be seeing the Windows 10 version of all the topics which I have already shown to you. So first we will see all those, we'll see the demonstration of all those activities in Windows 10 version, and then we will move on to our Windows 7 version. So, so let us start. So firstly, we go back. We are going to first start with the very first topic, that is adding icons to the desktop. So we'll go to the desktop and I'll tell you a very important shortcut key which you can use to quickly switch to your desktop. That is, use the window button on your keyboard plus D. If you press these two buttons together, you will easily reach your desktop. So I'm pressing window and D, and you can now see my desktop. So very first thing is how to add icons to your desktop. Now you can see that already I have icons which are there on my desktop. It's always a good idea not to clutter your desktop with extra icons, those which you do not need, and avoid saving every second file on your desktop, because your desktop is actually a location on your C drive, and because it is a location on the C drive, and C drive is also the location where we store our operating system, and other important application programs are also installed on the C drive. Hence it is a good idea to save all our other files, everything, in some other drive like D drive, E drive, F drive, and so on. It's better not to clutter or not to increase the load on your C drive, and keep it as light as possible. So we are going to avoid all types of file storage on the desktop. So now over here you can see so many different icons, and we will now see how we can add icons or remove icons from the desktop. So what you can do is right click on your desktop and go to the personalize option. So when you go to the personalize option, because this is Windows 10 which I am using, hence you will get something like this. So in Windows 10, it is normally those people who are used to working on Windows 7, they would find it a bit difficult to work on Windows 10. Although it's not that difficult, it is in fact very user friendly once you start working on it. So now we are going to see how we can change the icon settings. So first you will be going to the option that is themes. Now in themes, coming to the right hand side over here, you can find this option desktop icon settings. So we'll click on this and you will get this small dialog box, and in this dialog box you can see desktop icons. So right now all these icons are checked. If you uncheck these icons and you click on apply and you click on OK and you go to your desktop, you will see all those icons have been removed. Now these icons which you are seeing, these are shortcut icons of all the applications which are stored on our computer. If I want, I can select all of them and I can remove them. That won't make much difference, because after all I can access all these application programs by going to my start menu. So that won't cause much difference to this, right? So you can remove all these icons from here, but I haven't removed them because they provide me an easy shortcut to reach those applications. So we'll again go back to our settings, and over here we have to click on themes, as themes is already selected. So I have to look over the right hand side and you can see desktop icon settings over here. Click on this and you will get this dialog box in which you have to check in this group, that is desktop icons group. Check all these boxes such that all these icons would be displayed again on your desktop, and click on apply and click on OK. Minimize the window or press window plus D to go back to the desktop, and here now you can see all these icons have been added. That is, this represents the current user, that is Gargi PC. That is, it represents my username on this PC. The network settings, recycle bin, this PC control icon, and other icons they refer to all the shortcuts to various application programs on my computer. Next is adding shortcut icons to the desktop. Now how I can add shortcut icons to the desktop? When I talk about adding shortcut icons, it mostly refers to adding shortcuts to various application programs saved on my computer. So adding shortcut means adding a path, a small shortcut anywhere, possibly on the desktop, which allows me to open any of the applications. So in a short, just a few moments ago, I had told you that these all are the shortcuts to various different application programs which are stored on my computer. I'll just show it to you. Like if I click on this Photoscape, it will open a photo editing and image editing software known as Photoscape. So you can see it over here. So this is Photoscape. Right now you can see it. This is a very easy image editing software. I can just go to viewer, and from here I can just select any folder which contains images. For example, I go to pictures and you can see all the images are getting displayed over here. So I can easily work with images using this software. So now what to do in order to add a shortcut to your desktop? Now, first thing you should remember, that is, you can only add shortcuts to executable files. Those files which have the extension .exe. That is, those files, you might have seen files which contain an extension. What is an extension? Normally it is a 3 letter or 4 letter group or a word which represents the type of the file. Like for example, I am going to create a file. Suppose I have a file in MS Word with the name my document docx. So this docx represents that it is a file which has been created in MS Word. A file created in MS Word. So this docx represents the type of the file. So here the type of the file is what? It is MS Word. Similarly, those files which have extension .xls. For example, you have files like sheet, or I can say book1.xlsx. So this represents an Excel, Microsoft Excel file. Similarly, you have files like song.mp3, which represents that it is a music or a sound file which contains sounds, music, okay, or song. And you can also have files like movie.mp4, which represents that it is a video file which will contain video as well as its embedded audio. So this thing which you see, a 3 letter or a 4 letter word, which is not exactly a word but a group of characters after a dot, that is, firstly, this part is your file name. This part is your file name. And this part which you see over here, the one which is encircled right now, it is known as an extension. So what does extension represent? It represents the type of the file. Okay, that is which it also enables us to understand that which application software would be used to open this file. So right now the type of files which we want to create a shortcut to, they are mostly what? Exe file. Exe files are executable files, that is files which do not need any other program to open, rather they can directly be opened by double clicking on them. Like for example, I will show you what is the exe file for MS Word. So for that we will first go open our file explorer and we have to first look for MS Word. Now there is a very nice interesting shortcut key for doing that, a shortcut for doing that. So I'll go to start, and here I have already pinned MS Word over here. If you don't have it pinned on your computer, you can simply search it. And once you search it, you can right click on it and you will get the option open file location. So you'll just click on this, and here you will find its exact location where it is saved. So this is still a shortcut because you can see a small arrow mark over here. Again, right click on it, go to properties, and from here go to general. Okay, so right now it's not showing me that area from where it is saved. So we are actually going to go to the location. So I'll go to C drive, and in C drive I'll go to program files, and within program files I'll go to MS Office, Office 16, and here I'll have to do a little bit of searching, and you have to look for something known as WinWord. So I can simply just type W over here and you can see WinWord over here. So this WinWord is an application. As you can see in its description, it is an application. If you right click on WinWord and check its property, you'll be able to see this .exe over here. That is, it is an application. Suppose you want to create a shortcut to this WinWord. So there are two ways of doing that. One way is firstly, go to the location. If you know the location, go to the location and right click on that exe file and click on send to, and click on this option that is desktop create shortcut. So if I click on this and I go to my desktop, you'll be able to see that a shortcut to Office is created, shortcut to Word is created. Now its name is, it's taking the name of the actual exe file, so you can rename it and suit, which will suit your convenience. You can just type here Word 2016. So this way it is quite recognizable that it will open, on double clicking this, it will open MS Word on the computer. So this is how you can see, can just click on it and you can start working on it instantly. Another way is I right click on my desktop and from here I go to new option, then I go to shortcut option, and here I get a dialog box. So here it says this wizard helps you to create shortcuts to local or network programs, files, folders, computers or internet addresses. Type the location of the item. So normally it happens that we don't remember the location. So what you can do is again go to the location, and this time suppose I want to create a shortcut to Excel. So I will be looking for something. Yes, so I just typed EX and I got this Excel option over here. I will right click, I will go to properties, I'll go to security, and from here you can see object name. Just select the entire path. Right click, click on copy, close this window, come back to your file, the shortcut dialog box here, and you can paste the location over here, or you can click the browse option, and from the browse option you can actually go to the location. Now because I pasted the location, it automatically found it, right? So if I can just click on next, type a name for this shortcut. So I'm going to type the name 2016. Just add 2016 after this. Click on finish and let me check my desktop, and yes, you can see the Excel shortcut over here. You can also create shortcuts to not only exe files but any type of file which I want. For example, I have this OpenBoard portable application which is not installed on my computer, rather I am using a portable version of it. And every time I do so, I have to go to E drive, I have to click on soft, I have to open this, and then I have to click on OpenBoard portable. Rather than doing that, I can just create a shortcut to this location. So I will be showing it to you. Right click on the desktop, go to new, click on shortcut, go to browse, and from here go to this PC, select E drive, go to soft, and here you have to click on OpenBoard portable, and here you will get this application. So this is an application. Click on it, click on OK, and it appears over here. Click on next. You can just leave the name as it is, or you can simply just type my virtual blackboard. So I've just typed this name and click on finish, and I'll go to the desktop and you can see that it is a shortcut is created. You can also create a shortcut to any other file. For example, I'm going to create a shortcut to one of my important files which is saved. Like I'll go to class 9 folder, and here I want to create a shortcut to this PPT, that is unit 3 basic ICT skills. So how to do that? I'll go to desktop again, go to new shortcut, I'll go to browse, I'll go to this PC, D drive, Microsoft Teams. So it's important that you remember where you have saved the file, or you should always know the location of the file whose shortcut you are going to create. So I'll select this basic ICT skills PPT, click on OK, click on next, and I'll leave the name as it is, click on finish, and I'll go to the desktop and you can find that its shortcut is created over here. When I double click this, it will open my application also, and it will directly open my PPT also. So I don't have to search here and there for that, right? So this is how we can create shortcuts of applications on our desktop. Third option is hiding desktop icons. So how to hide desktop icons? For that, we will right click, we'll go to personalize, and here we will go to the home, You can already see that home is selected, and towards the right side you'll find this option showing desktop icons. Just click on this. Okay, I'm very sorry, that is just, it gives you a help menu, a help page from where you can understand how to do that. So for right now you can see all the desktop icons are getting displayed. So I can right click on the desktop, go to view, and here you can see that show desktop icons is checked. That is the reason why all the desktop icons are displayed. If I click on it again, all the desktop icons will be hidden. They will hide. That's because I have chosen not to show the desktop icons. If you again want to display the desktop icons, right click on the desktop, go to view, and again click on show desktop icons. All your icons will reappear. Now let us try to browse through some other features also. Like we go to view, we can auto arrange the icons. If you click on auto arrange right now, you can see that it is not checked. That means you can take the icons and place them anywhere on the desktop. So this way it looks kind of cluttered. Okay, so many a times it happens that you keep on creating shortcuts and it clutters your entire desktop. So you can quickly right click, go to view, and select this auto arrange icons. This will automatically arrange all the icons on your desktop. Our next option is adding gadgets to the desktop. Normally these gadgets are also known as widgets. So what are widgets? They are small applications, like they are, like you can choose to choose to just display a small analog watch or analog clock on your desktop, or a small puzzle game, or weather. These are small icons or small programs, short programs, which can be displayed on the desktop, and they work like small widgets or gadgets. Like normally on our table, computer table, we like to keep certain things, like we like to keep a calendar. You can also have something like a calendar. Sometimes we like to keep a small alarm clock also. Sometimes we like to keep an analog watch also. Sometimes we like to keep a stopwatch also, a small game to change the mood. We like to keep a weather analyzer also. So this will help us. These things are normally there on top of our tables, which enable us to quickly check the weather today, or check the temperature today, or quickly just change the mood by playing a small puzzle, or help us to keep a track of time. So let's see how we can add widgets to our desktop. Windows 10, normally now in Windows 10 the gadgets option has totally been removed. So what you can do is you have to install an additional third party gadget installer package. So we are going to look for a gadget installer known as 8 gadget pack. So I'm just closing this window and I'll open my browser which I usually use, that is the Opera GX browser, and here I'm going to search for 8 gadget pack. I'll just type here 8 gadget pack and you'll get this option. So I'm going to another link, and maybe from there we could be able to download it properly. So here it is, and I'm going to click on free download. And if you see a window of this type, don't get confused or don't get perplexed. You can click on any of these options, any of the mirrors over here, and just wait for it to download. So it will take some time. and now it's asking for a place, so I'm going to save it there. So I'll go to the location where I had saved the gadget files, and here I will look for that. So I'm getting this option 8 gadget pack setup. Just double click on it and wait for Windows to install it. Click on install and it will take some time to install. So this way you won't be able to access gadgets easily on Windows 10, because most of the gadgets which we normally require, like calendar or weather app or your analog clock or your digital clock or stopwatch, all those things we are already there provided as a part of Windows 10. So we can easily find those widgets over here, like you can already get this uh, weather app over here, you can get a calendar app over here, alarms and clock, calculator, camera. So all these things are already provided by Windows 10, for which you do not need an external gadget pack. So while this is still installing, I can just show you these. If I click on the start button, here you can find the weather apps. You can just click on the weather app and it will open the weather app on your computer. It will take some time. And here you can see that the weather is rainy and you'll get a very nice background here. And if you want, you can even search for the background of any particular place by just typing in the search box. Like you want to check what is the uh, weather today in maybe Assam or in Guwahati. So here you get Guwahati and just click on that, and probably it is also raining over there also, so you'll get rain showers. You want to check what is it like in your Mumbai right now, so you can just type Mumbai there and you can just search, and in Mumbai also it is raining. So it's like it's completely raining these days, so you will get this option and you can close this. Now it's asking me for something, so I'll click on yes so that it starts installing, and it's about to get installed. So in the meantime, I will show you some other gadgets also. Like you get a calendar app, so you can click on the calendar app and it will open the calendar in front of you. So with this, you can schedule meetings, you can create your to-do lists, or you can even set reminders for tasks. So I'm going to add an account over here. Let mail and calendar access your precise location. I'll say yes. And from here, you need to add and open it using my Google account. So I can just click on Google, and here I'm going to just select any of the available Google accounts. So while it's opening, let us switch back, and it's still installing. So we will still give it some time and wait for it to install. So it's asking for a sign in. So I can just provide my ID here and click on next. And here I need to provide my password. And click on next. You do not have any security keys, so you can click on try another way, and which will ask for a two-step verification. So normally I use this send get a verification code at this. So if I do this, I will be able to configure my Google account with this. So I have added this, and now I'm going to click on next. And in the meantime, I will check this. Yes, so it has completed. So both things have been completed. So here I'm just going to click on allow Microsoft to use my Google account, send messages using this name. So I can give any name to it, like I'm giving my name Gargi C. Click on sign in, and here it is. So I can easily get my calendar. I can click on done, and here you can see your calendar. So your calendar can allow you to set your schedules for the month. So using this, you can click on schedule, like you can click on any of the dates and it will automatically give you an event name. So you can just set the event, like for example, I need to attend a party and I'm going to set the time at what time it is going to remind me. So I'll uncheck this all day. Suppose if the party is in the evening at 7, it starts at 7 p.m. So I will select 6:30. Let it remind me at least half an hour before the party starts. So you can see automatically it takes up 7 in the end time. And location is optional, so I'll just provide my location as Bhopal. Remind me 15 minutes before. I'll tell it to remind me 30 minutes before. Click on save and you can see that it adds this attend a party reminder. So on that particular day, half an hour or half an hour before the event, I will be reminded that I have to attend a party. So this is how we can see the schedules of one whole day. So this is the schedule of one day, this is of 1 week, month, year, and so on. So this is how I can already get access to the widgets. Now to check the widgets over here. So you can already see the widget has been installed. So I'm going to click on finish and this will automatically display the widget. So I'll go to my desktop and I will right click and you can see that gadget option has been added over here. If you click on the gadget option, you will get this gadget manager, and from here you can select any gadget whichever you want, like you want a calendar, you want a countdown, you want a clock. So I'm going to select a clock and double click on it, so a clock will appear. So I'll just go to the desktop. So I will just click on add and you can see a clock appears over here. Now there are three different clocks, so I can close the extra ones and you can also see if you want a countdown, so you can right click and click on add. So a countdown also appears here. That is, maybe it's a new year party and you want a countdown 10 seconds before the party, so you will get that. CPU meter, right click on it and click on add. So this way you will get how at what speed your CPU is working and various other things, date and time, custom calendar, and so on. If you don't want them, you can just click on these gadget options. Now these gadget option also come with an anchor options, come with an option, so you can just click on that and you can access the options for it. Like for countdown, I can just select the event date. So the date could be, for example, it could be 31st December. So I'm going to, as we all are eagerly waiting for this year to end, so I'll go to 31st December and event title. I want to end, I want this year to end. Or it doesn't allow me a long string, so I can just provide new year. And event hyperlink, this is optional. I'll just click on OK and it gives me a countdown how many days to go. I still have 131 days more for new year to come. And if I don't want the widget, I can just click on close and remove the widget from my computer. So this is how I can add widgets to the desktop. So this process is a bit typical and a bit tricky in case of Windows 10. Next is how to create and save a file. So we'll start with this. So I'll first of all close all the extra windows from here. So our next topic is creating and saving a file. So we'll go to the desktop, and although we all know that how we can create files is by opening the application like MS Word or MS Excel and going to new and selecting a new document or new workbook, and then we can save the file by using save option. So here also, if you want to create any file directly, you can do that. Now normally I can do it on a desktop, but I would prefer creating files in some other location. So whichever location you choose, for example, if I go to my folder, like I'm going to the D drive, and on D drive I have created a folder, my documents. So I'll go to my documents, and here I can right click, I'll go to new, and from here I can create any file which I want. Now this shows some recently added softwares, like it will show me Microsoft Word document. I can create PowerPoint presentation, I can create a publisher document, text document, Excel worksheet, Access database, my Corel Draw graphic, Photo Paint image, and so on. So I'm going to select the easy one, that is text document. And so you can see that the name is highlighted. I can just start typing on this. So I will type the name as my text doc and press enter, and I can double click on it and I can start typing. So I just typed something. Press Ctrl S to save the content and close it, and when you double click on it next time, you will find that it opens. So you can create your files this way also. Next option is creating a folder. So how to create a folder? So for creating a folder also, you can just choose to go to any location. Like I am right now over here, right click, go to new and click on folder, or you can go to the home tab over here, and in this ribbon within the new group you will find the new folder option. You can also go to new item and select folder option from there. So I'm going to click on new folder, so it creates a new folder where I can provide a name. So I'm going to provide a name. Suppose I'm providing my name over here. So this is how I can create a folder. Next is renaming a file or folder. So how to rename a file or folder? Right now I have this first document. You can see this, it is a file, right? So I can right click on it. I can click on rename and I can provide any name. So I'm going to type here my first document as the name. So this way I can rename it. But if you have kept the file opened, if suppose the file is opened and you are trying to rename it, it will not allow you to do so. Suppose you try to name it as first doc and press enter, it gives you a message. The action can't be completed because the file is open. So for renaming a file, it is very important that you first close the file which is being renamed. Same way we can rename a folder also. Just right click on the folder and select rename. Alternatively, you can also click the file or a folder and you can again click it. It should not be a double click. Double click is something like this, where you click both the buttons together, which will open the folder. Rather, first select the file or folder, and then after some time, after a short pause, you can just click it once. So it will also allow you to edit the file name, or click the file name and press F2 key on your keyboard. So these three methods can be applied both on files as well as folder. Next is deleting files and folders. Now how to delete files? So you can simply click on the file or folder and you can press the delete button on your keyboard, or right click and select the delete option. Certain times it may happen that you have a lot many files. For example, I'll go to some option where I can remove extra files. So I'll go to images folder, and here you can see the images. So suppose I want to delete a few images, like all these images starting from this one to this one. So I can simply drag using my keeping the left mouse button on my keyboard pressed. I can just keep this button pressed and I can easily drag it. So this is a drag and drop operation. And Or otherwise I can just click on the first one, keep the shift key pressed on my keyboard, select the last one. This will also select all of them. And if suppose you have to select non-adjacent files, that is files which are not placed close to each other, so you have to select those files pressing by keeping the control key pressed on your keyboard, and this way you can select non-adjacent files and right click, select delete to remove them. Our last topic is moving files and folders. So how to move files and folders? So there's a very easy way. What you can do is, suppose you have created a new folder here, like I'll go to new item and create a folder, and the name of the folder is trash. That is all those files which I don't want, I want to send them to trash. So I can simply select those files and just drag and drop them in trash. So this moves my files. Certain times it may also happen. Now if you don't want this to happen, you can simply quickly press Ctrl Z, which is your undo option. And there is another way. If you want to copy these files, you have to keep the Control key pressed and then drag them. So this way it will create another copy of the same file. So the files would stay in their original location also, and they would be moved to this place also. Otherwise also you have some options like right click, cut and copy. So they work in the same way as we have already seen. If you select the files, right click and click on cut, they will be shaded in a light color, which shows that they are right now staying in the clipboard, which is a temporary memory region. Going to trash, right click and paste, they are going to be pasted. Now because I had already pasted them before, it is asking that destination already has 4 files with the same name. So do you want to replace the files? I'll click on yes. So they will replace those files. So this is how I can perform all these operations using Windows 10. Now the same things we will be seeing in Windows 7 also.
Yes, so now we are going to see how to perform all these operations using Windows 7. So we'll start with adding icons to the desktop. So as you can see, already icons are there. So we'll just right click and we will go to personalize, and from here we'll go to change desktop icons. As you can see it over here, so we'll click on change desktop items, and it will allow us to either uncheck these boxes or check these boxes. So if you check all these boxes and click on OK and you go to the desktop, you will find that these icons are added over here. If you again right click on it and go to personalize and you select change desktop icons and you choose to uncheck these boxes and click on OK, you will find that all those icons have been removed. All what you can see over here right now, these are just shortcuts to various application programs. So again, we would just select this change desktop icon, select all of them and click on apply and click on OK and close this box. Next is adding shortcut icons on the desktop. So the procedure of adding shortcut icons on the desktop is the same as I explained using Windows 10 version. So all you have to do is right click, go to new, select shortcut, and you have to first find the location. So you'll click on browse. You can just go to computer, and suppose I want to create a shortcut to any file which is stored in the C drive. So I'll go to C drive, program files. From here I'll select MS Office, Office 16, and it gives me various options over here. Like for example, I want to create a shortcut to your MS Access. So I will just select MS Access, click on OK, click on next, and here I will type a suitable name like Access 2016, click on finish, and it has been added over here. You can also go browse to any location, like for example I'm clicking on this file explorer and I'm going to the D drive, downloads backup, and from here I'm going to go to say any of these options, like I go to programs, and from here I want to open any software like Atom Portable, so I'll just double click. Here is the exe, so I will right click on it, send to, and I'll select desktop. And now when you check your desktop, you will find the icon over here. So here, according to your requirement, you can simply just rename the folder by pressing F2, and you can just type here Atom Portable. That's it, and this way you can easily use your icons. Next is hiding desktop icons. So for this we'll right click, we'll go to view, and we will select the option this show desktop icons to remove the check mark from here. This will hide all the desktop icons. If you want, you can also go to view and select show desktop icons, and you will see that all the desktop icons are visible over here. Adding gadgets is very easy in Windows 7, so just right click and you have to click on gadgets, and this opens the same gadget manager as we have done in Windows 10. We had to download this gadget manager from an external source, then only we were able to work with gadgets. So you can see some gadgets here like calendar, clock, CPU, meter. So I'm going to select this one, weather, double click on it or right click on it. So right now it is saying cannot connect to service, so you can just click on add. It's giving me cannot connect to service, so we will see what's the problem a little later. You can also right click on clock, click on add, right click on calendar, click on add, picture puzzle, click on add. So these all are the various gadgets which you can see over here. So if you want, you can just see the why it is not working normally. So we need to provide a current location. So suppose I provide a current location, that is Bhopal. It is finding not found, so I'll have to provide Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh, comma India. So if I do this and check, it is still giving me location not found, and the current location has been set to Delhi. As I said that most of these options or most of these gadgets usually sometimes they don't work. Now you can move these gadget also by clicking on this button, and you can just place it anywhere wherever you want. And this is a small game, a picture puzzle game which you can play and just refresh your mood if you want. And this is your calendar. If you just double click on it, you can see the dates over here, and this is your clock. And to close it, you can just click on the close button. Next is creating and saving a file. So creating a saving a file is also the same as I have explained to you. So we'll go to documents folder here, and we'll right click, click on new, and from here you can create a folder, you can create a file in exactly the same way which I have explained to you in Windows 10. So I'm not repeating all those things over here. Creating a folder, renaming a file and folder, deleting or moving files or folders is the same like Windows 10.
So students, that was all in today's session. We discussed in detail about how to perform certain common functions using Windows 10 as well as Windows 7 operating systems. In our next class, we would be exploring something related to internet. Thank you. Have a good day.